Hello. Oh, my video is missing. Let's see. That's nope. That didn't help. Hello. Cancel. My face is missing. It was working a second ago. There we are. Okay. Hello, hello. Itchy. Okay, let's see. We can maybe start with some music. Get some of that going. Hello, hello. As you come in, please feel free to say hi in the chat. Let us know how things are going in your part of the world. All right, let's go. I feel like last time the music was a little loud, so let's see if this is better. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Here's doing the flat thing today. How are you? Where are you viewing from, and how is the weather in your area? We're just coming out of a deep freeze here in Canada. We had some super cold weather this past few days. I think a lot of people did. Hey, Dee Dee. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back to part 2 of our painting live stream. So, like I said, I saw that some southern states got some snow today, so that's interesting as well. Jocelyn, hello, hello. Yes, you caught me. You're here for part 2. Get to see how we finish off this lovely piece here. So come on in, get comfy. Hopefully stay nice and warm wherever you are. It's supposed to get back to like normal temperatures tomorrow or starting tonight. So hopefully that is the case, because I mean North Carolina is snowy, I bet. So yeah, it's Virginia been super cold. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, definitely some places that don't normally get this kind of weather has been getting it. So hopefully it passes soon, because like I said, we're getting back to our normal winter temperatures in the next couple of days, which I can't believe I'm saying, but I'm actually looking forward to. I'm not a winter person, but this last couple of days has been it's like it makes me appreciate our normal winters here. So anyways, welcome, welcome. It's so nice to see you guys all here today. So we'll wait to see if anybody else kind of joins. I know we have a few other people that were saying that they were going to be joining tonight, so we don't normally get a huge crowd in here, but it's nice because we get a chance to kind of chat and chill out. As you can see, we've been working on this painting here. Awesome. Yes, I'm super excited about seeing this finish. I think adding some blue water in here is really going to really just complement the colors that we're using so well. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. And we do have some interesting little variations that we're going to try to do on this and see how it turns out. For those of you who weren't here on the last live stream, so this is the first panel first out of 6 panels from my 2025 calendar. And so the way that the calendar works is we have, and so this is a clear acrylic, and the way the calendar works is that you get 6 panels, and each panel not really represents, but it's for 2 months of the year. So when you order this, you also get the months on just a piece of paper that's printed. Not this, it's actually going to be a little bit nicer, but on the piece of paper, I just printed this one at home. And then it gets kind of double-sided taped to the back here of the piece. and it's a removable double-sided tape. So this way, when the 2 months are done, then you can, peel this off, and then you have a beautiful piece that you get to keep forever or gift it or whatever you want to do with it. So, but I wanted to make something that was going to be not just temporary for the months. I wanted it to be something that you would have something to keep as well. And I think that gives it more value for me, just so that, we're not tossing entire calendars out, which we do, but my kids insisted that I make a calendar. So this is what I came up with. So this is what we have. Dee Dee says, we are still colder than normal, not warming up yet to our norm, but anticipating a break in the cold soon. Yes, hopefully. Like I said, ours is supposed to break tonight, and then tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer, but the snow comes with having a little bit of warmer weather, which it's fine. It's totally fine. It's been so cold. It's so cold here the last couple of days that my son was not allowed to go outside. Like during school, like the school actually kept them. Lower that a bit. The school actually kept all the kids indoors because it was just too cold to be outside. So, he'll be happy too to be able to get back outside as well. But so also, just wanted to quickly show. So this is this. It's hard to tell sometimes the sizing when we're just looking at a video. Or a photograph. So I wanted to show you guys as well. So this is one of our new designs for 2025 as well. This is Ollie, the owl. And so Ollie is our typical size. So our typical size is, look at that. So our typical size is about 7 inches. So you can see that Ollie is 7 inches, and then this panel is quite a bit larger. Not quite double, probably about, I don't know, whatever this looks like, 60%. So it's quite a bit bigger. Ollie is 7, and this is about 11 tall. So you can see the size difference in this as well. So we have Ollie, and then we also have Kiki, the kookaburra from Australia. So we also have this one as well. So you can see that these panels are significantly bigger than what we have for our standard size. I did have some people in the chat last time asking that, we have more larger panels like this. Right now, the only large panels we have like this are being sold as, with the calendar. So like I said, for the calendar, you get 6 designs. And I can get those to show you guys. I forgot to bring them. So I can show you guys the 6 designs for those who haven't seen them already. I did link the website at the top here. It's pinned at the top of the comment section for anybody who wants to jump over there. I know some of you have already purchased yours, and they are being shipped out either tomorrow or Friday, worst case scenario. But they are going out very soon. I've already cut them all. I've got piles of cut acrylic over there where I just need to organize them, box them up, and get them shipped out. So they're cut, and I spent the last couple days doing that, and then they'll be shipping. But let me grab all the styles so you guys can see that. Pam, hello, Pam. Woohoo! We're excited for the completion today. Let me grab the designs. Okay, so hello. Is it warming up in Texas yet, Pam? We were talking about how cold it was. Okay, so for those who may not have already have seen them, we'll quickly go through it again. So January, February is our koi fish, as we're painting here. Also, I wanted to mention, for those who didn't see it before, is the months also have, they correspond with certain panels. So this one, it actually says Tranquil Koi Pond on the bottom, and then it has kind of the symbolism of the koi pond piece. So this way, we have a little bit of an explanation, and some of these I try to pick designs or just themes that were somewhat symbolic, somewhat interesting, and some of them are by request. Some designs that were requested of me to create as silhouettes. So, so for example, the tranquil, gosh, my tongue's not working today. The tranquil koi pond. Koi ponds symbolize perseverance, good fortune, and strength. Watch these resilient creatures navigate their aquatic world. A reminder to overcome life's challenges with grace and determination. So you can see that that's there. So that's something a little nice to have correlate with the design. So we have that. Anyways, so that's our koi. For the next 2 months, I'm just going to go through. So for January, February, March, April, we have our parrot. Pam says, cool and sunny today, not as cold, 40s, 50s. Oh, that sounds much nicer than it's been here. So we have our macaw. So again, a kind of a jungle theme or a rainforest theme, I guess, is more of what it is. And then the macaw, which can be done in any colors that you like. So we have that. We have, I think I have these in reverse order. I can't remember what order these are supposed to be in. I think this one was next. Anyways, like I said, I don't have all the month sheets in front of me, but anyways, these are the 6. And if you go to the website, it shows you there as well. And then we have our panel of our desert with kind of a sunset, sunrise. And then we have our Jacobine. I had some requests to create like a paisley design or something just a little more, not necessarily a fabric, but something that kind of had damask fabric vibes. So a Jacobine is what was, and this is a custom design that I created. Obviously, everything that I have here is hand designed, hand drawn by me, and then I convert them into files that I can generate the laser cuts from. So this is my own design of a Jacobine. We have that. Then we have our sunflowers, which is again a highly requested design, the Van Gogh inspired sunflowers. And we have, last but not least, our Starry Night. So we have that as well. Again, obviously a Van Gogh inspired piece. So I do plan on painting or resining all of them as we go on through the year. So, well, we can paint together. If any, for those of you who already have them, we can paint together, or we can all just kind of compare how we do it differently. And that's the great thing about this is I consider these to be like coloring books. So we all do whatever colors kind of speak to us, make us feel, hold on, I got a commercial here. Whatever we feel connected to. So again, so that's what we have. Today we have this. We're going to be adding our blues. So on the last live stream, we did everything else that's here. We did all the pinks. We had some shimmers in here. Excuse me. We have some shimmeries. You guys can see how those of you, Pam, and those of you who were here, Dee Dee, you can also see how our flowers turned out. We kind of put, you know, we tried to kind of create a little bit of a texture with the medium we were using, which was the liquid glass. So that turned out pretty cool. And our shimmery leaves, and of course our koi fish all have a bit of shimmer in them. So everything has a little bit of shimmer, but nothing like pure glitter yet. And I think we're going to do some of that as we go through the water, because water definitely needs to shimmer, right? So we're going to be doing that. We were using our light table last time because it allowed us to kind of get that full feel of the light shining through it and how that's going to look. So again, we have white areas here that are painted, but obviously aren't going to show with the white light behind it. I'll dim this. Does that make it? Maybe we find an in-between. Let's see. This changes. It goes bright and dark. Let's see. It's bright now. Okay, so I think that's on the darker setting. So now we kind of see we have a bit of light and a bit of darkness, and I think it allows us to get a good balance here. So Okay, today I think we're going to be, again, similar to what we did last time, we're going to be using different mediums. So we were using some glass paints from Pebeo, which I think we will do again today. So we have some glass paints. We were also using some resin dyes, which we might do again today as well, because we're trying to customize all of our colors. And we might use, well, we're definitely going to use some glitter because I pulled a couple here, a couple different glitters. So these are kind of similar. This one has more of an icy kind of feel. I like using this one in snowflakes. And then this one is just a little bit more blue. It doesn't, this is a chunky mix, so you can probably tell there's some large and small glitter in there. This one is all kind of the standard glitter size, but it's kind of a mix of white iridescent and blue. So if you guys want codes, you can see, I'm probably getting glitter all over the thing, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if I get closer. Is it gonna do the thing? Nope. Maybe there. Okay, I will read it regardless. So the number on here says YL, so it's custom mixed iridescent glitter, YL07. The number on here says 1106 893. Again, I don't know if it's going to focus on it. It doesn't look like it's going to focus on it. Oh, it doesn't want to. But that is it's from Larisi. Both of these are. So that's a Larisi one. And then this one is turquoise green brightness iridescent glitter RF06AR. Number on the side here says 1612665. So anyway, so you probably can find those on the Larisi site if you are interested in finding some more glitter. So, but these are the two I pulled for today. I'm going to use one or the other. I don't know which one yet, but yeah, we're going to try to do, maybe we also might pull a mica powder as well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, if you guys have any questions as we get started, feel free to ask your questions. I'm happy to answer them as we go along here. What else is, oh, and we do have, well, we can talk more about these things as we go forward. So we have our cups today. And, oh, I also have this glitter, which could be nice too. It's the same one we used last time in the green here. I don't think I told you guys the number, but it's there. This was given to me as a gift, so it doesn't have the proper sticker on it, but hopefully you can read that. This one kind of has some nice aqua green and blue mixed in there, so it's kind of cute. So this one could work really well as well with more of a blue tone. This one we added green to it. If we do the blue side, it could work really well too. So let's get started. If you guys have any questions, if you missed last stream and you have any questions about what we've done so far or what products we use, feel free to ask. I can, again, try to remember. But for the most part, it wasn't too complicated, so it should be fine. Or you could also just watch the last stream. It's on my page. You can go check that out there. I showed everything. We were here for 2 hours doing the whole thing, so feel free to do that. Oh gosh, the ads are crazy. I need to find some streaming music, I think. I don't know, let me know if you guys even hear the music. I think it's pretty low. Last time when I was rewatching the stream, I thought the music was a little loud because I think the computer picks it up more than I can hear it. So let me know what you think of that as well. If it's in the way or if you want it louder or whatever. We can see what we can do. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start first with some Pebeo Vitrail. I still don't know if I'm saying it right, but we're going to just go with it. I think having kind of the, this is called cyan blue. I think this could work nicely, but kind of thinned out a bit. I think it's a really nice color, but maybe a bit too bold. And I think I'm also going to do what we did last time and add some of the chameleon powder to it. This one is the green, gold, red. We also have this one here, which is the purple, red, green, or purple, red, blue, green. Again, this brand doesn't exist anymore, but a lot of brands are carrying chameleon pigments, so you should be able to find something similar that will work in a very similar way. So let's start with this. So I'm going to pour, because we're going to custom mix it, I'm going to pour it into a cup. And I'm going to pour kind of a little more than typical, just so that we have enough, because I was running out of colors. I wasn't mixing enough last time. But I am going to thin it. That's why I don't need a ton of it in here. So this is the lightning medium. I mentioned this last time too. So if you are using the Pebeo glass paints, these are solvent-based paints. So you can't just add water to the paint. Like if you want to thin it or mix it or whatever, you can't mix it with anything that's water-based. So Pebeo has their own lightning medium, which thins out the color, so it just makes it more transparent, basically, which is what I would like in this scenario here. So we're going to add some. Oof, I always make a mess with this bottle. So we're going to put that there. And I didn't wash my brush last time. I did the live stream and I left. It was late. So I was like, oh, I forgot. So I'm gonna have to soak that guy. So we'll grab a new one for now. Ooh, sorry, the camera's gonna wiggle a bit because it's sitting on the paintbrushes. So, and once we get started, I actually have something I want to chat with you guys today about that I think was very interesting. It was something I watched on YouTube, which I thought was really interesting. I got glitter everywhere, which is not really an issue because we're dealing with water. So water is shiny and glittery, and I'm sure it's fine, but of course everything got super dusty. All right, just get a little bit of a brush. Oh, I probably should squeeze it again too. So if you saw, if you've ordered from me, oh, look how pretty the back looks. That's one thing we didn't look at. So all that kind of shimmery mica that we put into the colors it all kind of settled to the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but it looks pretty cool from the back, actually. So, and I know some people prefer the back, so there you go. So if you do use you can see the front. It's shimmery, but it's just not, it's like the color is more obvious. Like it's more, the color sits up more. So you see that more than you see the shimmer, but on the back, you see the shimmer more than you see the color, if that makes sense. Stacy! Welcome. How are you? Welcome. Yes, so today we're finishing up this piece that we started on the last live stream I did. I'm not sure if you got a chance to catch the last one which was on Sunday. And now we're going to finish it up today. But so I was saying on the back, I like to I did it last time. We'll just do it again since it's been a couple days. So I just like to squeeze down the edges so that just in case the double-sided tape has lifted, we're not going to get too much blue. It's not going to matter a ton today because everything is going to be blue or some shade of blue. So it's not going to be the end of the world if things kind of bleed into each other. But I do like to just do it anyway. So especially around the edges, because if you want to make sure it's not bleeding towards the edges. So there we go. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so yes, there we go. All right, so what we have our Pebeo in a cyan blue. We've added our lightning medium. And this one I'm going to add, I want to see if this is the other one that we didn't use last time. It's the, this is a dangerous game I'm playing, having an open container of mica over my art. Don't do that at home. Right, Pam? Pam had a unfortunate accident, not with mica, but actually with the Pebeo paints. And yeah, it's dangerous games to have open bottles of anything around your art. So, Stacy, I am good. Post office finally got back. Oh, goodness. To work and delivered my package. Yay! Oh, oh, that's awesome, Stacy. I'm so happy you finally got your lighthouse. Oh my gosh, and your order. Yeah, that whole debacle with the with Canada Post was not my favorite moment in time for sure. It was a lot to deal with. A lot of you don't know because I wasn't really talking too much about it. But so they decided to go on strike, which was ridiculous, only because, and I'm not against the postal workers at all. I was only upset about it for the most part because we were getting emails from Canada Post, the corporation, and we were getting email. No, it was only from the corporation, not from the union. So the corporation was emailing us the whole week before the strike was going to happen. They're like, there's a chance that the strike's going to happen, but we're going to try to make sure there's still some service. So basically it might be like rotating strikes or something so that basically nothing would completely stall. Yeah, I know, Pam, I'm sorry to call you out on that. But yeah, so Canada Post. So basically I shipped out my stuff that week because I was like, oh, rotating strikes means that it's not going to be a complete shutdown. Things will be a little bit slower, but at least they're still going to move through the system. And then the day of the strike that it started, which was the Friday, they were like, nope, it's 100% strike. We're not doing anything at all. We're just going to shut down. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. My stuff is literally, stuck in the system now. Whereas a lot of people, they were actually saying that there was 85,000 passports stuck in the system because the passport office uses Canada Post to ship out everybody's passports, whoever got renewals and stuff like that too. So there was 85,000 people who didn't get their passports in time for Christmas because the strike only lifted, I think, I don't remember the exact date. It was right around Christmas time, but so people were so mad, which I don't blame them. If you had travel plans and all this stuff and you're like, oh, I'll get my passports renewed a month before Christmas, then you should be fine because usually it only takes a couple of weeks to get your passports. But then this whole strike happened. And actually, I have to do my kids' passports too. And I actually decided to wait just because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen with the strike. And I was like, you know what? They have time. They don't need to have it done right now, so I'm going to wait. But the people who actually need to have them done, I can only imagine their frustration. So anyway, so then I ended up using another service, and I probably should be just painting while I'm talking. But I decided to use another service because people were like, well, we don't know how long the strike's going to go on for, so it's best if you can find a backup service. And because I was shipping to the US, mostly our options are UPS, FedEx, or Canada Post. Those are our options for the most part. But so I added this one, and you can kind of maybe see what it did to the paint. So normally the paint is just kind of a transparent color, and this added that shimmer. Which is pretty, but I still think I'm going to add some of this one as well because it has a bit of a brighter shine to it. So I'm going to add that. So anyway, so they're like, oh, but the problem with Canada in using UPS and FedEx is that we have some there are some crazy brokerage fees and duties when you're crossing the border with those companies. And there's like a lot of paperwork, which I guess when you're shipping with Canada Post or USPS, that paperwork is either done for you or something. I'm not sure why it's not the same, but we never have to worry about, like, you still have to fill out some stuff, like some basic stuff, you know, saying what it is and what the value is and stuff. But with UPS and FedEx, it seems like there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And then if you send it with them and for any reason it gets stopped at the border, then the person receiving it has to pay brokerage fees. And I don't know what it is in the States, but when I get something from UPS or FedEx that came from the States, their brokerage fees are more than the duties and the taxes. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll buy something and the item is like $50. Isn't it pretty, Stacy? I really like it. But like let's say I bought something that was $50, and then the brokerage fees and the taxes sometimes are equivalent, which is crazy. So now I'm paying double, and it doesn't make any sense. Plus, if I paid shipping on top of that, so I was kind of like, ugh, I don't really want to do that to my customers, like to you guys. I didn't want to do that to have you guys have the surprise brokerage fee or other fees that would show up for, you know, just because of those things. So I found another company that a lot of people here swear by, that basically what they do is we're going to start painting, I swear. So we're going to use this one. Let's see how this looks. Let's go here. Oh, that is pretty. Can you guys see that? Very pretty. So they said there's other company, and what they do, it's a small, oh no. It's a smaller company, but what they do is they've kind of affiliated with a bunch of other, yeah, it's so high. Like, honestly, it's crazy. The prices are crazy. So like the shipping cost itself is not crazy, but then if you get hit with those brokerage fees, it's nuts. So then I found this company that said that they affiliate themselves with like other couriers and stuff that, let's say, they have their own couriers or whatever that like cross the border for them. So I don't exactly know how it works. So it's just, they were like, okay, well, you drop off your stuff. Anything that's going to the States, we actually literally like carry it over the border for you. And then it gets shipped in the States using USPS. So this way you avoid any of the other fees, because they're like, I guess when you physically take something across, I don't know how it works. For whatever reason, it's less of an issue. Okay, so a lot of people swore by this company, and I was like, okay, fine, you know what, I'll use it. The only problem is they don't have like locations everywhere. Like Canada Post has, like, in my town alone, probably has like 8 locations that you can do a drop off, whereas this place, they only have certain locations in certain cities, and it's like 1 location in certain cities, not one in my town. So I had to drive 30 minutes, 35 minutes away just to do the drop off. So my daughter was like, Mom, it's fine. I'll go with you. So she would go with me, and we'd do a little drive and drop off the stuff like once a week to do our shipping drop off. And when I'm using Canada Post, a lot of times if I want to drop it off, I can, because it's literally like 3 minutes away from my house. Or I'll do a pickup. They'll come to my house and just do a pickup. And I'm like, even better. But this company didn't have that, which is fine. So I was like, you know what? It's cool. I'm going to, figure it out. So my daughter was like, yeah, Mom, we'll go for a drive. So I was like, awesome. So we'd go for a drive. And it was kind of a nice moment where we could kind of catch up, and she could talk to me about things without her other siblings around and stuff like that. So it was nice in that sense. I didn't really mind it as much because she was going with me. And then, so I was like, okay, well, you know what? This is a decent option. And a lot of the conversations, Dee Dee, do you know if a tariff is put on Canada, how that affect the shipping and pricing of the items? I don't know yet, because I don't know for shipping. No one has, literally 0 people have been around here have been talking about if it's going to affect shipping. I don't think so, because I don't think the tariffs are on anything that's like services like that. I think the tariffs are going to be on goods. So things that are being imported, exported, like in larger quantities, produce and oil and electricity, like those kind of things. It's like I guess electricity is not tangible, but you know, things that are not, I don't know. But I haven't heard anything about, isn't it so pretty? But yeah, I haven't heard anyone talk about that it will affect Canada Post or our postage system. Everyone's been talking about grocery stores and oil and gas. Sorry, oil, gas, electricity, lumber. Those are the kind of things people have been talking about so far. But we'll see. If it turns out that something like the acrylic that I'm using, if those prices go up, which I really hope they don't, then that may be where I have to see what the difference is for the extra cost of acrylic, but I don't know. So we'll have to play it by ear. I will obviously be very open and transparent with you guys of what's actually happening once we know what's happening. There was something else I was going to say about that, but I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping to not. I'm hoping it doesn't affect what I'm doing, obviously, but we'll see. I forgot what I was also. I had another point to make about that, but it'll probably come to me later. Anyways, so the only problem was, yeah, like it is great. Like it's really nice that if you can buy from here, because I know it's a great deal for like the exchange rate and stuff like that. Who knows what's going to happen with that as well. So it's gonna be kind of messy if it does happen. So I'm really hoping it doesn't, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll deal with it when the time comes. The other thing I was going to say is that Canada has been talking about workarounds where, you know, maybe if the things that we normally get from the States is becoming too expensive, they may make deals with other countries to see if we can get better deals with those countries to keep our prices down. So that is something that the people here, like the politicians and whoever here, have been kind of suggesting may happen. But again, nobody seems to know exactly what's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet. You know, so I know that, like, for me personally, we were told, just in general, like some economic people were saying that it may be a good idea to purchase things that you think you might need in advance, so before that could happen. And so for example, my stove in my kitchen was kind of on the fritz for the last couple months. So I mentioned to my husband, I was like, you know what, that's probably a purchase we're going to have to make in the new year. So maybe we just kind of figure that out before, because I don't know where all these appliances are made or how they're, but it's not even just the whole appliance themselves. A lot of times what's going to be happening is people are being affected by the parts of things. Like, where are you getting the parts for the stove that I'm going to buy? And then that may affect the overall cost of the stove. So there's things like that. So we ended up buying a stove in December just because we were like, just in case, because I don't want to have to make big purchases like that, especially if we suddenly have like a 30% increase or whatever. So, well, and here we won't know what will happen. Right. So the thing is, everything is kind of uncertain right now. Like Stacy says, like, we don't really know with the change in presidency and stuff what's going to happen. Exactly. Every president comes in with unexpected changes, so we don't know. And until something happens, then we just basically have to deal with it. Like I said, our politicians here have been kind of, you know, making their game plans for a what if scenario. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, our politics here is a mess right now too, and we have an election this year, so who knows what's going to happen. It's just, you know, I think everybody just wants to keep their head out of politics and do more crafting. Just not think about what's going on out there. That's Dee Dee says, that's what I heard as well. These tariffs will create an economic mess for sure. Exactly. And like I said, I think every country that's involved with what's happening is going to have to find their way with what's, you know, what they can do with it. So, all right, let's continue that. But I did want to continue also my story with the, it's not too much more to talk about for the postal service thing, but let's see where I want to put some of these colors. But so my only problem is I was kind of saying that my daughter and I were going to this other drop-off location 30 minutes away. And so we would just make it so it's like a once a week trip. We'll just go and do that. No big deal. And it was fine. And I was like, you know what? If it was a little bit less expensive to use them as well. So I was like, you know what? If this works out well, then I will maybe continue using them even after Canada Post comes back, because a lot of businesses were really hurt by the strike because it was right before Christmas, you know, and a ton of businesses were left scrambling, trying to figure out what they're going to do, you know, with the strike, because now they couldn't, or people weren't even willing, some people weren't even willing to buy from Canadian businesses during that time, especially international people, because they didn't know how they were going to get their stuff or if they could even get their stuff. So it was Stacy says, I just want to be able to continue to support my favorite small businesses. Thank you. We appreciate it. Like I said, it was the Christmas time was hard for a lot of people. Like, I'm lucky I have you guys. A lot of you really supported me during that time and were super patient with the strike and everything. And I really do appreciate that, because it was really out of our hands. But I did try to do what I could to, you know, if anybody needed something that was stuck in the postal service, I reshipped out things through the other company. And, you know, so I was kind of warming up to the idea that maybe I don't really need to use Canada Post. Maybe this other service was better or good and not like equivalent. So I just got to say, I've been using Canada Post for, well, however long. How long have I been doing this? I mean, I've been doing resin for about 4 years now, but I was doing other stuff before, not on the same scale, but I was doing other stuff. And I've always shipped through Canada Post. Is my vibrate on? No, I think that's my kid's phones. I can hear from upstairs. So for years and years and years, and knock on wood, they never lost a package for me in all the years. So let's say it's been 10 years. They never lost a package. But this company that I used, I used them for 4 weeks. So that probably, and each time when I sent out a set during that time, it was probably about 16 packages per week that I sent out. I can't remember exactly, approximately, you know, between 12 to 20. So whatever the average is between those. And within that time, that 4-week period that I used them, they lost 2 of my packages. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And so, you know, it was just really frustrating to deal with that, because, you know, I was trying to send out packages for those who were needing things for Christmas. And I was resending some packages because some people got stuck and then they needed their stuff for Christmas. So I was resending, and then things were getting lost. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So then as soon as that happened, and I'm still actually fighting that company right now, because I've already reshipped the stuff that got lost, but I haven't been, they didn't, even though I had insurance on those packages, they did not come back. They haven't refunded me back, reimbursed me, whatever the word is, for the lost packages yet. I'm still fighting them for that. So I'm a little frustrated with that. And literally the day that Canada Post came back, I was back at Canada Post. I was like, nope, I'm back, because, you know, I feel like, you know, Canada Post is not perfect. I'm sure there are people who have their issues with them, and I'm sure, you know, the whole union fight that's happening is not great. But for small business, they're reliable, you know, and they have been. And, you know, so I'm back with them. And so I'm really glad that you guys were able to finally, Stacy, that you were able to finally get your package. and that everybody else was able to get their package, whatever, however long it took. And thank you guys again for being so patient during that time. It was so frustrating. And like I said, a lot of businesses lost a lot of money during that time. I mean, even my business lost money because having to reship orders, there's costs involved with that, right? I don't mind doing it to make sure you guys get what you need, but not every company can either do that. Oh, and the other thing is I was lucky that during that time I didn't ship. There was only one shipment that had like an original art painting in it, like one of my canvas paintings. Everything else was mostly the acrylic orders because I wasn't really doing a whole lot with the painting at the last half of last year. So only one like custom acrylic canvas painting went out. Luckily, that's not the one that got lost because these I can recut, so it's not like the end of the world if I have to do that. But a whole canvas painting getting lost is not great. So luckily that didn't happen, but I was only thinking about it going, they lost 2 packages in 4 weeks. I can't take that risk, for anything else. But in any case, hopefully we don't have, I say hopefully we don't have to go through that again, but their return to work was temporary. It was only until May that the government kind of forced them back to work to kind of clear out what was in the system so people could get what was in the system. So hopefully they get to an agreement before May because that's their next deadline. But anyways, so that was a whole debacle that I'm glad is not currently, I'm making a mess, is not currently the situation. But let's do some more. This blue, it's so pretty. And I'm definitely not going to have enough. I'll have to make more, but that's okay. So, but yeah, I'm so glad that you guys received your stuff. And Stacy, I'm so happy that you like your lighthouse. I really like how the lighthouse design turned out. So did I get all the messages? Stacy says, well, luckily none of my stuff was for Christmas. No issues there. Was more just my eagerness. I don't blame you. Waiting a month for an order is absolutely ridiculous. My stuff always got here super quick until the strike. Yeah. Fingers crossed everything gets resolved. It will. I mean, like I said, the insurance company is dragging their feet, but it'll get resolved. It's not a problem. Pam, so sorry for all the post issues. I think I told you. I did get, yes, you did. And I also got your message on your latest order, so all these going to you as well. So, anyways, yeah, it's a headache, and I think it was more, it would have been a headache any time of year, but I think just before Christmas kind of hit everybody harder than, they they would have liked, because it was tough during that time. But okay, so let's do some more. And I don't know. It's always funny when I'm trying to decide where I'm going to put colors, because I'm like, oh, but I don't know. I don't want to, I'm always worried about having, when I get to, let's say I'm using 3 colors and I get to the end, and then I'm like, oh, wait, now 2 colors are going to be side by side that are the same. So like I end up having to do that, but we'll just make another color if that's the situation. We're not gonna worry about it too much. Like here, I think I already kind of messed it up. That there's like 4 spots, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's water. No big deal. We're just going to not stress out about that kind of stuff when this is supposed to be super relaxing, right? So, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Hey, Joanne. Welcome. Oh, Joanne was here. Joanne's a Canadian too, so she experienced what was going on with the strike as well. So we were just talking about the Canada Post strike and what a headache that was for everybody, not just me, but I was telling my story with all of that. So yeah, Joanne's was one of the ones that actually went through the other company as well. But hers luckily did make it. But yes, welcome. Yay, yay. All right, so the other thing I wanted to mention is, first of all, do any of you, I'm not sure, but do any of you use Creative Fabrica? It's one of those websites that allows you to purchase images that you could, let's say you're doing direct to print or anything, or let's say you just want an image and you want to incorporate that into your resin art or whatever, and you just print it. That was kind of poopy. Yep, it was. Lots and lots of stinky poopy, but it's fine. Like I said, we're kind of back for now, for at least until May, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, do any of you use Creative Fabrica? I don't, but I have seen so much on there that it's pretty, like a lot of pretty stuff. And I guess, oh, hold on, I gotta, hello? There you go. I guess I do resin tumblers, so I use a lot of their images. Okay. I have purchased many of their fonts. Okay, so the fonts might be fine, but so I was just watching this YouTube channel. There's a lady there. I don't, like I said, I don't use Creative Fabrica, and I guess a lot of their designs are like submitted by people who use the site, like they're artists or just AI generators or just people in general who are just contributing. Like that's a place where they can upload their art and people pay for it and use it. So the website itself is used as a kind of like a containment area, a storefront almost for those people. I have not subscribed. You do too. Okay, so but thinking about it. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to show you the channel because I screenshot it. Not the greatest picture of her, and I'm really sorry. Her name is Darla. You guys may have heard of her if you are Etsy sellers, but this is her. This is her. The screenshot, and again, I apologize to Starla that I took the screenshot. I wasn't really paying attention to what her face looked like when I took the screenshot. I just was like, oh, let me grab a screenshot because I want to talk about it today. So you can see the headline here. It says, sellers sued for using Creative Fabrica assets, ? So she is, if you guys don't know already, she is a Etsy, I think she's an Etsy seller, but she's also kind of a teacher advocate for Etsy sellers to kind of help them navigate how to, create their best stores and how to, to optimize their Etsy stores. Stacy says, I bought a year subscription on sale and then a few more years when they, okay. So that art bit, what she was talking about was something that I've always been a little wary about. And she said that what the circumstance that she was talking about was actually something that started back in, I think she said April of last year, where people who were using the imagery. So you guys pay your subscriptions, and then you, obviously, the whole point of the site is to be able to download the images and use them in your pieces, correct? And then you can sell your pieces and everything's good. I think she said it for Etsy specifically, they have, okay. So for Etsy, I think you can't, this is what she said. I don't know because I'm not really doing a whole ton on Etsy, but I definitely don't use any of their stuff, so I don't know how this works. But she was saying that for Etsy, you can't just pick something off of Creative Fabrica and, let's say, print it on a shirt and sell it. Like, you have to do something else with, like, add fonts or add text or merge multiple images. Like, I guess that's a rule with Etsy, so people would do that kind of stuff. But anyways, a couple of the people who are like, she has some sort of membership too, that you know, for her teaching services and stuff like that. So she was saying a couple of her people had contacted her last year to say that they got notices from lawyers saying that the images that they were using on their products, whatever it was, I don't know, were what's the word I'm looking for? They are basically that those images were copyright and they weren't allowed to use them. Infringing, that's the word I was looking for. Infringing on copyright. And so, of course, the people are like, what are you talking about? I purchased them through Creative Fabrica. So they have this whole thing where the whole purpose of buying from them is that you don't have to have those issues of copyright and stuff like that. So anyways, so I guess the people would like respond back to the lawyer, you know, to explain all this. And then they would also contact Creative Fabrica to say, what the heck is going on? Like, why am I getting lawyers coming after me from images that I put on your site? And, you know, then, so she was saying originally when she saw some of these letters and messages that the lawyer was, you know, a scam or something, right? That she was like, oh, this probably isn't a real lawyer. They're probably just trying to scam people out of money and blah, blah. Because I think the lawyer was saying you have to pay X amount of dollars to, you know, be able to have the you know, the ability to use that or sell that or fine or whatever it was. I don't know, some cost involved. And the people were like, I don't know if this is legit. So they asked her to look into it or asked her if she'd heard about it. So she was like, oh, let me look into it. So she did. And then she's like, oh, you know, I don't think it's real. But then when she actually did her investigation into it, she found out it was real. That the law office was real. The lawyer was real. The claim was real. All this stuff. And she's like, okay. So then she would tell them to message Creative Fabrica to be like, what the heck? You know, what are you going to do about this? This is a problem. And basically Creative Fabrica would point people to their terms and conditions or whatever it is they have you guys agree to when you're using them that says basically they claim nothing. They don't claim ownership. They don't claim the rights. They don't claim to know anything or to back anything or to whatever. Like they basically hands off. Nobody in their company can be held liable for anything that is being posted and sold on the site. And even to the point where they're not even willing to go after the creator who posted the copyright image to their site. Like they literally said they want nothing to do with any of it. And they're supposedly the contract agreement, whatever that everybody signs or agrees to when they subscribe or make a purchase, that's what you're agreeing to. So basically you're on your own. Like when you decide to purchase an image from them, they're just not going to be held liable. You're on your own if a lawyer comes after you and says, you know, whatever. And then I think she was saying, then, yeah, so I can, if you guys go back, you can actually go watch that full video. She has a lot more detail. I'm kind of going what I remember, but if you go to her page, it was Starla, crap, I forgot what it is now. Starla Moore. I'll show you guys again. Starla Moore. This was posted yesterday, a day ago. So Starla Moore, you see that? Gosh. Yeah, so check out her website. Check out her YouTube because she, yeah, so she was saying that, so I guess while this was all happening, so sometime after, months later, even though she was dealing with all this, she didn't contact Creative Fabrica at all. She was just advising the people how to contact them and stuff. Yeah, and that, Stacy, is probably fine. I'm sure there's a lot of people using it and not everybody's having this happen, but she's just warning that this can happen. I think that was the whole point. And she said a couple months later, she actually, Creative Fabrica contacted her because she's got a decent sized channel. I think she's at like 90,000 or something, she said. And they contacted her to do a sponsorship. And she said, you know what? I don't think I can do a deal. Like I can't do a sponsorship with you guys because I have people saying that they have issues with you guys and you're not standing by your your customers and things like that. Like you're not helping them in these situations. And then the people she talked to was like, "Oh my gosh, we didn't know that this was going on." And they made all this supposed effort to, ask her to explain the situation, then get in touch with the people who were having the problems. And supposedly the two people who were having the problems one ended up paying. So the thing is, when this stuff happens, Etsy shuts down your entire website, like your entire store. So basically you're making no money during this claim period that you're dealing with these lawsuits and stuff. So the one person was like, she had to pay, can't remember how much it was, like 800 something dollars, US dollars, to clear the fine or whatever, and then have her store reopened. And then the other one was trying to fight it. So because they were asking her for like $2,500 as a fine. And she's just like, what the heck? And she hired her own lawyer to fight it. And then, of course, that's costing her money too. And then her lawyer was able to get her fine down to like $1,000 or something. But regardless, there's like all this money that people have to spend just for the fact that they trusted this website to own the images, or at least have the right to resell the images. And then when things hit the fan, they just like, oh, sorry, we're not involved. Like you took this as your own, this is your own risk. Like I can't even imagine how mad I would be if that happened to me. But this is why I'm wary with some of these sites, and even Canva is having some of these problems as well. So I think I just wanted to mention it because I just happened to listen to it just before we were doing the live stream, and I was like, I know some of you guys had mentioned it in the past as one of the places where you look at for imagery. So just be careful. I mean, I think if you're using it on a small scale, no one's going to come after you. Like Stacy's saying, she's not doing a ton of sales with hers. I don't think anyone's going to come after you because there's not any money in it. But some of the bigger Etsy stores that are probably doing decent money, I think they're the ones that these lawyers are going to go after. Ooh, lots of comments. Yeah, Stacy says, glad I don't sell on Etsy or anything like that. Joanne says, oh, maybe I'll pass. Stacy says, I mainly have only sold one-on-one, face-to-face with people I know. I think that's fine. I have posted as shorts on my YouTube and TikTok, but that is only online. I have done with the images. Yeah, I sure didn't know. Dee Dee says, well, I'm glad I haven't used anything I purchased from them. Oops, skip. Yeah, I will definitely rethink renewing my subscription. See, they be doing too much of nothing. I agree. I've only downloaded their fonts. Saw someone use in a video. Yeah, go watch that video. Like I really do suggest that you guys watch, even just for your own knowledge. There's also like another, I don't even know off the top of my head, but I had joined this Facebook group back last year sometime, like 6 months ago. There's a Facebook group specifically for copyright infringement discussions. And the vast majority of people on that group, it's a huge group, are people who are dealing with Etsy with copyright issues. And not just like this type of stuff with Creative Fabrica, but with like people who are, using Disney images, and so there's a big thing going on where competing stores one store will like claim copyright or see what's popular, try to copyright it, and then basically once they like put in the application for the copyright protection, then they basically copyright claim all the other stores that are using something similar. Like it's wild on there. So it really kind of, I mean, I wasn't seriously, obviously the stuff I do is very unique to what's on Etsy anyway, but it really kind of scared me because some of these people are literally stealing other people's stuff, posting it on an Etsy store, then trying to make claims about the original store. So that's because the thing is, Etsy, I guess, has like an automatic process of, as soon as they get a claim for anything, they just like shut you down until you can prove otherwise. So now it's like me being the original person and the person who copied me but decide they want to copyright claim me or challenge me for whatever. Now my story gets shut down because the copier decided they want, like, I can't. Like, my anger, I'm not an angry person, but oh my gosh, my anger would be through the roof if that kind of stuff happened to me. And I was like, ugh, I can't. So I really have limited what I do on Etsy because there just seems like a lot of drama on Etsy. And maybe that's just, what I'm seeing, and because I'm not in it, maybe it's not as big of a deal, but just all the stuff that I see, I'm like, I don't know if that's, you know, a game I want to get into, to be honest. So that's, anyways, I can't talk and paint at the same time, obviously, especially about topics where I kind of get a little excited, animated about, right? Like, it's just, I just can't. So, really, most of my current stuff I use is vinyl I have bought from a small woman business, so I can just stick with that. Or I have bought an image on Etsy. Yeah. And I've always read the Etsy ads. Sorry, what does that say? And I always read the Etsy ad to see if it comes with a license. Okay, no. And that's smart. And I think that's basically, it's just, I think that's the problem that people are going to have with, you're trying to do your best to do your due diligence with these companies. So same thing, like the people using Creative Fabrica were probably like, well, we did our due diligence. We checked their terms and conditions. We checked the agreement, and it says, that, well, I guess if you checked it, then you would know. But I think, sorry, that's not what I meant. So if you checked it, then you would know. But I think a lot of people assume that if they're charging money, then they probably have the rights to it. Like, it's just, it's so crazy. But yeah, so doing your oh my gosh, I just keep making a mess. But doing your due diligence is definitely, recommended for all this stuff. Hey, Stephanie. Hello, hello. Hi, welcome, welcome. We are talking all kinds of stuff today. We're talking about Creative Fabrica. We're talking about Etsy. I talked about Canada Post. So there was a whole lot of conversation going on today. So if we're able to hang out, for sure, we can continue with all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of a venting stream. So if you guys have any other things that you want to vent about, or cautionary tales about anything else, like I said, it's getting a little crazy out there and especially with AI and stuff, it's getting a little crazy out there. So, we can help each other out by, sharing our experiences or warnings or anything else that may come up. So I like the blue. I like the blue. It's looking pretty nice. All right, we'll do this big one, and I think that'll be it for this one for now. We can always come back and add more. Oh my gosh. Why does it have to be more than one ad? Can we just have one ad? That'd be great. So, yeah, but like I said, it's just cautionary tale of Creative Fabrica. Just, it seems like not everything is copyright free or royalty free, or however the term is for that. And we call it, like in the graphic design world, we used to call it royalty free, that you could just use it for whatever you need, but they might have other terms for it now. So I'll do this bit of blue, and then we will pick another blue to do. But yeah, no, definitely watch Starla's video. It was really, like, when I read the title, I was like, there's no way. Like, there's got to be something they can do. But they just didn't. I was like, what? Oh, no, so I didn't finish that story. So she said that they wanted her to do a sponsorship, And then she said, well, there's all these issues. And they made this whole big thing about trying to get in touch with the people and whatever, to find out what happened, to help them out with the costs, or maybe they could figure something out. She said, and I don't even know if it was both people or just one of the people, but so they contacted the people who had to pay out hundreds and hundreds, almost $1,000 or whatever for the fines, and they gave them back like $16. I was just like, what? So yeah, so they were not helpful at all. But well, so Stacy says, well, it makes it look like there is a license to use on Creative Fabrica stuff because a lot have. Every download and purchase includes our commercial license. Yes, exactly. And that's what I guess that was the whole thing, was that they keep saying stuff like that, but then in the fine print, they're like, we don't make any claims that this stuff is actually, you know, I guess usable for everyone. I don't know. I think they're trying to create kind of a wedge because, you know, they're not obviously monitoring everything that goes up on the site. And if this kind of stuff happens, you like, even at a minimum, they're not even saying, okay, the images that these people have had, you know, the lawyer come after them for, they're not even like, oh, we're going to take down that image, or we're going to block that creator. Like, they're not even doing that. Like, it's just, or at least it didn't seem like it from what she was saying in the video. So I don't know. I think it's crazy, and it would make me very mad. So but yeah, and I think the AI stuff is not even copyrightable, so I don't even know what's going to happen with that. But thank you. Yes, I do like the blue. It's Pebio's blue. So here you go, guys. Cyan blue, and we mixed it with some of the color shifting, the chameleon pigment. You guys can't even see that because it's very subtle, but the color, beautiful. So we got that. All right, so let's do something different. Should we do the glitter? But I don't know what I'm gonna do with the glitter. Let's see. Let's see. I kind of want to use this, but now it's looking a little bit too different. And then this one looks better. And then this one. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys, we're going to make this interactive. So these are the colors. So I do think, so these are the glitter colors. Can you guys see them? Okay, so those are the glitter colors. So this one, as I showed earlier, it's got a bit of a green tint. These two are very similar. This one's just a bit more icy. It has more of the white iridescent glitter, and it's got some chunky bits in it, the chunky glitter. And then this is blue and white mixed. It's like a blue and white. So let me know what you guys think. I do think we're going to, maybe we should do that next. I wanted to do kind of like a greenish color, like a bluey green, like a tealy green, like maybe something like this in here as well. So is this one the same color? Nope, that's turquoise. But I wanted to do kind of something, so then when we want to add in something more greeny, we can kind of do it. I think this was the color. This is Lagoon. Jocelyn, they're just checking those monthly subscriptions. Yep. But they'll know about that. It is. It's awful. Like, like I said, they're taking people's money and not even holding up, you know, their claim to, what was the word? Include the commercial license. Yeah. So no, it's terrible. So I wanted to just give you guys that little tip to look into it. Obviously, you can make your choices of whatever you think is best, but just know that that is something to be wary of. Again, I think if you're using it for your own personal use or just for, like, you know, local selling and stuff like that, where it's not getting a ton of marketing, like on Etsy and stuff like that, then maybe. Like, I think then it's not an issue. I think it's when they see, hey Cindy, welcome, welcome. I think it's when they see that, you know, they're always going to target shops that are doing really well to see if there's anything that they can do to, either you're going to get stolen from or you're going to get copyright claims. Like, it's just, that's just how the world is right now, and it's frustrating. But okay, so we have glitter. So glitter number 3 is the one that we think looks good. So let's do this. I may end up doing something with this color, which is, again, it's Lagoon. So it's kind of a greenish. Maybe we'll mix these so that we get closer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put this and then we'll see where we are once we have this in. So this, what we're going to do is we're going to be using, normally, as you guys, most of you know, if you've watched my videos, Joanne, and for the green vitro mix with number 1. You were reading my mind, Joanne. How did you do that? That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe we can mix this and we can mix this. Yeah, I think that's actually probably going to happen. But we'll try this one first, and then we can kind of tint this and this when we see. Number 3, sweet. Okay, we're in agreement for number 3. Got shimmer everywhere. Like I said, if you've watched my videos, you know I normally use this. This is my Duraclear gloss varnish. I use it literally for everything. So I still love this. I have bottles of it over there. But I mentioned in the last live stream, this is a Canadian brand, so unfortunately, I don't know if you guys can get it where you are. But I wanted to try this. This is called Liquid Glass. And they call it a pouring medium / finish resin, but it's basically like it's a varnish type product as well. So it's a bit thicker compared to that. I don't know, you can't tell, but it's a little bit thicker. And sometimes when I use it, I had the other thing, I showed it before. I used it once before, and it kind of had, because it's thicker, it has a slight waviness texture when we use it. You can't, I guess you can kind of see it here. Oh, I don't know if I can lift this up now. But if you look at, again, I don't think you can see it, but if you look at the flower right here, you can kind of, like, if I go like this, maybe, you can kind of see a little bit that it's like kind of a bit of a wave to it. That's this. That's this. It's not like crazy wavy, like crazy textured, but a little bit of something, which I thought would be kind of cool for the watery, you know, design of this. So anyway, let's continue. So we use it the exact same way that we use the gloss varnish. Same thing. I can't remember. I think this is water-based. Yeah, this is a water-based product as well, just the same as the gloss varnishes. So as I mentioned before, these paints, the Pebeo glass paints, are solvent-based. You cannot mix them with the gloss varnish, at least not the water-based ones. If you find a solvent-based one, maybe, but not with the water-based ones. And you can't clean up with water with these. You have to use like a solvent. Whereas with this, we can use water. So, which also means we use a different brush, because this is our brush for the solvent paint, and then we're going to use a different brush for, as we drop it on the floor, for our, oh my gosh, for our, well, in this case, we're doing glitter. So for our liquid glass and this. So we're going to put a good amount in here. We don't want it to be too thin. I'm fine if this part of the waves are a little bit more opaque. I'm okay with that. So we have quite a bit. I don't know if you can see how much I put in there. I put quite a bit, not quite 50-50, but quite a bit. So, and then this is the color we're getting. Now, if you're doing this and you're mixing the color, and sometimes you know how glitter will like look one color or have a color in the bag. And then as soon as you start adding it to resin or, you know, in this case, the varnish type stuff, sometimes it seems a little different. So like here and here, you can see this has more of a white, like you see more of the white glitter in here. And now it's more blue when you actually add it to the liquid. If for whatever reason that happens and you're not happy with it because the color is not what you expected, you can now tint that, right? Like you can take your resin dyes like these and you can put a drop or two in there, and then you can tint that color more to what you want, and it will help you balance out the color so that you're definitely not stuck, is all I'm trying to say with whatever this is. If you need to tint it, right? Same thing with, you could put a little bit of mica in here too if you wanted. So, Stacy just canceled my Creative Fabrica subscription, but it is paid through until, what is that, August? But not sure how much I will. Well, like I said, use it for your personal things or for, you know, it's up to you. But if you have the license and you paid for it anyway, you know, at least maybe use it enough to maybe get your money back, you know, to make it even out, if that, or use it for gifts or things that, you know, you're not necessarily making money on. So if anybody does come to claim it, you're like, I didn't make any money on that. It was a gift. You know, like, I mean, I don't know. There's a few different things you can do. Like I said, I don't think they really care as much about the small creators. They're going after the ones that start doing well and they can make some money off them. So, because especially it's easy on Etsy, right? Because Etsy has all these tools that you can literally just see how much a store has sold of a specific item, and whatever, right? Like they have all these, you know, I want to say background, that's the wrong word, but they have all these like back end tools that you can go into and you can subscribe to or whatever, and you can go to a shop and you can see how much of any item that person sold. So now it's easy for the lawyers to go in and be like, wow, you made this much money off this item, which is using a stolen, copyright infringed image. So now we can do the calculation and we can charge you this much of a fine. Like, they just make it easy for people to do that. So I would just say, if you're going to use it on your personal stuff, or like you were saying earlier, Stacy, you're using it on like your local sales. Those are more difficult to track. No one's really going to track that. So, okay. Let's get some glitter in here. So I'm going to put it here. Oh, it looks pretty. So it's, like I said, it's not completely going to be transparent, and it's not completely opaque either. It's going to be, it's somewhere in the middle, so it's going to be pretty nice, I think. And we're going to do that. What do you think? Good? Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on, let me turn this off. Can you see it now? Let's see. I'll do this so you guys can kind of see it. So it looks good. Hopefully you guys can see it too. I have so much amazing vinyl from Butterfly Lane Designs, so I won't. Yeah, no, for sure. And like I said, if you can support other small businesses, the chances of you having issues with those businesses, because when you're a small business, you're doing everything you can to protect your business, right? Like, you're not going to try to do, I mean, for the most part, people aren't trying to do shady stuff when it's their livelihood, it's their business. So it's great if you can support smaller businesses for sure with that kind of stuff. So I gotta move faster now because I promised you guys I was gonna finish this in this live stream, and I'm just yapping. So, okay, as my son would say, you know, it's the new thing, right? So did you guys hear that a new generation has started? So my son is an alpha, and I guess this month the new generation starts beta, which I'm sure they're gonna come up with a new name for the betas. But Yeah, so all the little mannerisms and funny little terms and stuff, my son's like, well, finally, anything new that happens is not going to be blamed on the alphas. It's going to go on to the betas. But it's so fun though. They with the kids, because especially my son, my girls, they're Gen Z, so they don't, and they're not really big, trendy, you know, word verbiage stuff. Like they kind of do their thing. They got a few words here and there, but it's not crazy. Whereas my son, it's just every other word is some slang of some sort, but usually not around me. But if we'll hear him playing online with his friends, and the rest of us, we all just laugh because it's so funny to hear him speak to his friends compared to how he speaks with us, right? And he calls his dad, they call each other bro. My husband's fine with it. They, goof around and stuff. But with me, so every time, once in a while, he slips and he calls me bro, and I'm like, excuse me? I'm not your bro. And he's just like, oh, sorry, mom. And so it's just really funny. And then to really mess with him, I've been overhearing some of his slang, and I'll start using it back at him. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. So it's fun though. But yeah, so yapping is one of the new things. I'm like, yapping is not even a new word, man. Like, that word's been around forever. You guys just want to claim it as your own. He's like, so. Stacy didn't know there was an alpha. Yeah, so it started a few years. It started in like 20. Then obviously they never really know the exact year. I think it was like 2011 or something. Maybe a little bit later. No, it's got to be around there, like 2011. And it started as alpha, and then it just ended now. Like I said, this month it's ending. So yeah, so that generation from 2011-ish till 2020, the end of 2024, is alpha. So and now there's beta. I am Gen X too. The best generation, I just gotta say. Sorry for everybody who's older. Gen X is the best. Just gotta say, that was a bad idea. I saw like something in there, and it's already starting. Oh, it's starting to set, but it's going back together. Here we go. Hopefully. Pam, yes, you can see it with a darker light. You held it up. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So let's continue. I'm going to try to do some a little closer, just because I don't know how many colors we're going to end up doing. And this way, at least I can kind of control that we're not going to have any that are directly side by side when they shouldn't be. Do you here? But I really like, look at the combination of colors here. Oh my gosh, like the blue just sets off the orange, the coral color, and the pinks, just sets them off so beautifully. Oh my gosh, it's just, I'm in love with it right now. Okay, okay, both my great nephews are alphas. Yeah. So you had alphas in your family, you didn't even know it. Yeah, so yeah, they're a whole interesting generation for sure. That's my mom and son love. It's so great. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love teasing my son. He is so funny I mean, I mess around, I joke around with all my kids, but my son is like one of those dramatic kids. He's preteen, so he's one of those dramatic kids where he's just like, anything that goes on, he's happy to like ham it up even more. And so so I'll mess with him, and I'll just be, I forgot what it was. My husband and I went on a whole thing with him recently where we were both just like starting to say all this stuff and he's just like, no, make it stop. Just stop, it doesn't sound right, you're ruining it. It was so funny. But Stacy, yes, Gen X is the best. And I wouldn't want to be nothing than Gen. Honestly, you know, like our generation, we kind of, you know, we're kind of known to be more, you know, quiet, and we don't really get involved, and we just kind of do our own thing, which I think is really cool. And I think it's a disservice to us because I think that, you know, people overlook us for the most part when, you know, we're pretty cool. We're pretty cool. So, um, and call them monkey and puppy. Oh, I am the only person. Oh, that's cute. Monkey and puppy. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. So let's get some more glitter in here. We'll put some. Okay, that guy's there. That guy's there. We'll put one maybe here. You'll get a big one in there, I think. Apparently, Joanne says, apparently I'm a baby boomer. Baby boomers, I think, had a pretty widespread, actually. So yeah, I don't, and it's funny because they have like these smaller subcategories for a few years where there's like an overlap or it's kind of like the end of one. So like my brother is born, so I was born in 76, and then my brother was born 81. And so I think his group has a different name. Zennials? No. Yeah, Zennials, because with an X. So they're not millennials and they're not Gen X. They're Zennials. So there's like a 4 or 5 year span of like that overlap. So it's like they were part of our generation for a bit, but they were also a big part of millennials. So they have like these little subcategory groups as well for those. And they feel super special about it. Yeah, I think you guys probably are. My parents are. So, and I think you guys are, oh gosh, probably in a similar age group. Skip. I think if you're retired, in retirement age, I think those are the boomers right now. So if you're in that group, then probably. Stacy says Monkey used to always be climbing on things when he was a toddler, and Puppy used to whimper like a puppy in his crib. Oh, oh. Joanne, you aren't old, you are vintage, and vintage is good. Oh, okay, I like it. I like it. Stacy, bringing the positivity. I like it. Pam, I graduated high school. Oh god. Okay, Pam, we don't need to go there. Oh gosh. 76. Oh god. Wow. Okay, well, like I said, we don't need to go there. It's fine. Wow. I saw something recently where they were saying that, like, if we look at, okay, so if we look at, what did they say? From 1990 to now is like 34 years, right? Is that right? 1990, 2000, 2010, 2020. So 34 years. So if you count back from like 1975 or whatever it is and go back that way, like it puts you in some really old times. So let me think again if I can actually figure it out. So let's say, what did I say? 34 years. And then let's say from 75. So what is that? That puts us in like the 40s, 30s. I don't want to think about that. But that's what they're saying, why the younger generation thinks that we're old. Because the kids who were born in the 90s and 2000s are just like, it's like us thinking about the people who were born in like the 40s, 30s and 40s. So, um, Jocelyn had her son. Oh, so your son and I are the same age. Okay, sweet. 87 for me. Yes, I proudly carry my wrinkles. You earned every one of them. That's all I gotta say. I don't have any issue with aging and showing my age because I earned everyone. I mean, luckily, no wrinkles yet. But when the time comes, I will feel like I've earned every single one that of them. You know, they represent a life well lived. So I will wear them with pride. Um, it's those people at work. Sorry, Stacy says it's those people at work that were born after I graduated high school, and I like to point that out to them to get on nerves. And oh, they like to point it out to you, that and it gets on your nerves. Wow. Okay, it's those people at work that were born after I. Oh, they were born after you graduated. Yeah. Okay. Um. Dee Dee, Joanne, you are not alone. I'm a baby boomer as well. Yeah. Uh, Stacy, yes, 34 years. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, I'm good with it, says Pam. In my opinion, the 70s had the best music. You know what? I can't really dispute you there. The 70s had some great music, for sure. Actually, well, I guess it depends. Like, I feel like we grew up with some really great music. We had some of the 70s, we had some of the 80s, you know, had some of the best music. So definitely good times. Stacy says, I'm 55 and not afraid to embrace it. I'm assuming you want to say, because I get to retire in 5 years and they get to keep working and we'll have to work. Yes, that's true. Actually, yeah, I don't think that the younger generation is going to be able to retire, at least not when they want to, unless you know, things change. 70s music was awesome indeed. Cindy, my second oldest son was called Monkey from the age of 3, as he would climb walls all the time. He's 43 this year. I love how we're calling out all of these adults of their things. Uh, Cindy, you have one too. The 70s and 80s are my favorite music. Yeah, no, it was a great time for music, for sure. I mean, actually, I was just even my daughters, I mean, we're not talking about music, but even my daughters were currently talking about how even movies right now, they're not coming up with anything new. Everything is a remake. Like, every movie, like, they were looking at specifically animated movies because they were watching this, they had like this trailer reel on YouTube where they kind of compiled, yeah, a bunch of movie trailers together, but it was all like the animated Disney and other types of movies. And the vast majority were not anything like new. They were remakes. It was like Angry Birds had like the next one. Toy Story's on like 5, I think now. There was a bunch. And we were just like, aren't there any new movies or new ideas coming out? Everything is a remake. So basically, when we were growing up, we had the best of everything because everything is just being remade now. They just remade, well, they didn't remake, but they added to Lion King, Mufasa's story. So, like, there's no, like, new things, or very few anyway. Dee Dee, I retired in June 2018. Oh, wow. Okay. And I am still working full-time workaholic. Well, it's funny because I was actually just talking to my mom about this just this morning. And I was saying how, when my time comes to retire, I don't think I will retire per se. I think I'm just going to change what I'm doing. Like I told my kids, like I have like a list of things of different hobbies or different crafts or different whatevers that I'm probably just going to like pivot to be like, ooh, I'm going to try this now. Ooh, I can try this now. And like, it's just, my interests are so varied that I don't think I'm ever just going to like on purpose slow down where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm retired now. I'm just going, like I told my mom, I'm not the person who's going to retire. Like she's an amazing gardener. And I'm like, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to be suddenly becoming a great gardener because it's just not I mean, I love beautiful gardens, but I'm not the person to do the gardening. You know, I barely keep the garden I have alive every year here. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be one of those people. I just want to find other fun things to do with my time. Stacy, I have been at my employer for 32 years. You need a break. It sounds like you need a break. 32 years is a long time. I've already given them my retirement date, 2030. Well, yeah. I mean, 2030, I guess, isn't that far off. 2024? No, we're in 2025. Yeah, 5 years. Not bad. Then I can do whatever I want. Yeah. I mean, it'll be nice, for sure. My mom's retired now, and she does, she's trying to find things to do with her time. So she's picking up all different types of little crafty things. I think she picked up crochet, so she's doing that now. She's making some beautiful things. So it'll be nice to be able to do that, for sure. Okay. What am I doing? See, here, I probably should have used, I'm gonna have to put that paint there. Okay, let's continue. Got to get this done. I promised we're gonna get it done, and we're gonna do it quickly, hopefully. So, but I love the chat today. This is so lively and fun. This is great. Okay, so we have that. Let's do one here, maybe, and then we'll do one here. Okay, trying to plan slightly, but we'll see. So. So we'll do this guy in here, and then I think we'll do this one, maybe this one, this one, this one. Okay, let's do that. And I'll turn off the light just now too, so then you guys can get a quick look at how it's going. Okay, that. What else did I say? This one, right? Maybe not that one. I don't know. Okay, we'll leave it. We got lots. We can always come back. But I do think I want to... My brush is stuck. I do think I want to make this guy. This one. Oh, no. Okay. This one here. And then we're going to find a bit of green. Greenish blue. I think we need a little bit of that in here, just to give a little bit of something. Joanne says, I retired in 2022. I am now a full-time crafter, hiker, and do whatever I want to do. That's awesome. Oh, that's amazing. And you do travel. Well, I know for a while you were traveling a bit too, so that's awesome. Definitely something I want to do as I get older is do a bit more traveling. Just it's so scary these days with everything going on in the quademic is a new thing they're calling it. All the different flus and sicknesses going around. So, let's see. Stacy says that's what I'm looking forward to for sure. My employer has something called phased retirement, where the last year of work you can work part-time. That's amazing. 3 weeks and 1 week off. See, that's great. They should do that. That's a great idea. See, everybody kind of gets used to the exit, right? It's like you get used to not having to go to work every day. You kind of, because I really do feel like sometimes people just can't do things cold turkey. They need that transition time. And even your employer gives them time to kind of get, whether they have to replace you or however they're going to fulfill that role, it gives them time too. So I think that's a great idea. I also want to start visiting different beaches and lighthouses. That's awesome. This is looking so pretty. Sounds like a great plan. Honestly, Stacy, it sounds like a great plan for sure. Okay. Okay, let's do our green. Oh, and it's 8:45. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's pour this. See how this is looking. We'll put some of the glitter in it just to kind of see. We might just do both. We'll put glitter and and maybe some mica. I don't know. I was thinking about doing mica, but you know what? I'm kind of second guessing it. I need to do the centers too. We may not do that on stream. It's not going to be much. I think I'm just going to do kind of like maybe a little bit of gold glitter in here, maybe. But if we can, we will. But if you guys want to hang out a little bit longer today, we can. Though I am trying to keep the streams around 2 hours, so it's not too, burdensome for everybody to be sitting here all this time. This green is really pretty too. Just want to show you guys the color. Hold on, let's turn this off so you can kind of see how it's looking. I'll bring it up so you can see the glitter there. It's looking pretty nice. I like it. I like it. I'm so happy with how this is turning out because I may have mentioned this before. When I have ideas in my head, I visualize it. I do my best to kind of get what I have in my head out onto the design. Doesn't always work. Let's see if we can see this color. But I feel like this one really worked. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a really pretty blue-green as well. Can you see that color there? That's really pretty. I think it's gonna work well. We'll throw a little bit of the glitter in there just to, you know what I am gonna do both. And we're gonna first throw some of that less obvious chameleon powder in here. We'll do a bit of that because I think that's more cool. And we'll throw a little bit of glitter in there too. And then we might have to like mix whatever we have left for some of the spaces that are, if we think we need like a fourth kind of a hybrid color. So that is the color now. Can you see that? So that's that color. Still quite transparent because I don't put a lot of the mica powder in. The more mica powder you put into this, the more opaque it'll become. So we don't want to put a lot, just a little bit to give ourselves a little bit of shimmer. And we're going to put some of this guy, which is the same one we used here. So it's not too great plan, Stacy. I am loving this. I'm loving it too. I'm so excited. And it makes me even more excited to do the rest. I think I'm going to need more paint, but I really am excited to do all of them now that we see how this one's turning out. Okay, I'm going to make more because I think we're just going to need, are we going to need more? Or am I just going to, you know what, let's just go ahead. Let me know. Well, we'll try, I'll test it and then we'll decide if we need to make it more blue. I don't think so. I think that's going to look pretty nice. I didn't put a lot of glitter in here, just a little. So it has a bit of sparkle. Not sure if we're going to need more. It might be a little bit too light. But let's see. Oh, just wipe the paint onto this. Okay, can you guys see that? Let's turn off the light. Oh, no, that's helping anything. So that's the green. Can you guys see it? I think it works. I think it gives that little bit of a turquoisey color in the mix there. So, Stacy, I didn't even think about adding in the chameleon mica to the paint on the ones I have done so far. Yeah, for sure. We talked about this a lot in the first stream for this piece. We did that in the fish. So if you want to see more of that, or obviously just do your own experiments, but that's what we did. So I like doing that with the glass paints because it just gives it that little bit of shimmer, especially like I said, you don't use a lot, just gives a little bit of shimmer, but still allows it to still stay transparent. And I just really like the effect of it for sure. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, so the green. I did the red cardinal for my best friend. She loved it. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I do think the green's looking good. Like I said, I think I'm going to have a problem here, but we'll come back to it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to decide if I need more glitter, but I think I might just leave it. It'll be fine. Okay, so I'll try to move a little quicker here now. So I'm thinking to make these live streams a little bit more regular. So let me know what you think. Like, if I do more live streams, it probably does mean I'm going to be doing less videos, but still some videos. It's just, you know, the time involved. It's going to have to be, you know, sacrificed one way or the other. But I really do enjoy doing these live streams. So if you guys do too, let me know. And then maybe what I'll do is we'll put together, well, I need to do it anyway, put together a schedule for how often we can do them. And we can do different things. We'll do this at least every couple months because we have the 6 to do for the calendar. But we could do other things too that I can do on stream. I don't know if I can do resin too much on stream, but we can definitely do a few different things if you guys want to. Okay, let's do the green up here. It's actually pretty nice. I don't know if you guys have a light table. It's actually pretty nice to paint on the, you know, to paint these silhouettes on the light table because it gives you that backlighting that you would get from a window. So it's kind of nice. I want to do the green here, but I don't know if I want to do it there. So I'm going to do this. And then we'll do this. Maybe I will do a bit of a mica powder mixture too. We'll see. I don't know. I'm winging it here, as I do most times, to just kind of go by feel, because sometimes you kind of have a plan, and then, you know, the plan takes a detour. So I like it a lot. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Oh, I should have put the... Can I do it? Should I do it? Put that in there. Okay, I should have had the blue. Yeah, so for the creative fabric thing, same thing probably could be, same thing should be, same precautions should be taken with a lot of the other companies. Like I think Canva, I mentioned earlier, same thing. We should be a little careful with that as well, because I think they're having similar issues. I could do green here. I can do green here. Or, okay, so I'll definitely do green here. Get one at a time. Yeah, but having lawsuits is wild with the whole creative fabric thing. Just, it blows my mind. Okay, so I think there will be another color coming because I'm leaving this spot, thinking to leave these 2 spots. Do this one green. this spot green? Yes, I think so. Yes, I do believe. Oh, so I also wanted to mention I'm working on some new ideas for a few more designs, and I was actually looking at well, I've already started drawing them. And as I was kind of trying, I was thinking about doing some designs for like Valentine's Day, but obviously that's like so fast approaching now. So I was probably not going to have enough time for me to have them made and then ship them out in time. But as I was making them, I was thinking, oh, I could make designs that work well for Valentine's Day, but also well for like weddings, anniversaries, things like that. So I have some designs coming up for that. And I'm thinking about making it so there's an option to have like a little, maybe additional piece, like a little hanging piece at the bottom. So like you have your design, whatever it is, and then it kind of has the opportunity, like you have the option to add hooks on the bottom and then have like a little sign that hangs from it. And you could put a name in there or, you know, a date or something interesting. And then, so now it's like the design and then it has like a little personalization, a personable, no, my brain just stopped working. Personized, no, custom, a place for a custom portion where, so, and then the option I was thinking is that personalization, that's the word I was looking for, personalize, whatever, not working. But like an area where, so it can either be that it's just like a frame and then the inside is the clear acrylic, and then I can, if you give me the name, I can like obviously kind of look at what I did for the gingerbread ornaments or some of the Christmas ornaments where you gave me a name and then I could put it in. Or I was thinking I could also just have the frame with the clear backer, and then for those of you who have like a Cricut machine, then you can Cricut cut, laser, you know, cut your vinyl and stick it on. So now you could do whatever you want with it. So it's not cut by me. It's just a blank frame for the extended hanging piece. And then you guys can customize it however you want yourself. So let me know what you think about either of those ideas, because that's something I'm kind of kicking around in my head right now that I thought would be cool for kind of wedding, anniversary themes. Okay, we do this green, we do this green, we do this green, and then we figure out the color. Okay. Oh, we're running out. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze it enough just for these last three sections. I'm gonna do here. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. It's gonna be pretty close. Okay, let's see. All right, here, that one. It's like this much left. You can even see it. Okay, so I think we can stretch it. I think we can make it work. If not, I'll steal from like some of these guys. You guys were talking about kids when they're young. You guys were talking about monkeys and puppies and stuff. And one of my daughters, my younger daughter, she's one of those kids. Loved climbing, being upside down, monkey bars, doing all the crazy stuff. She's still like that to some extent. Her favorite activity is like rock climbing. And so she was basically a little monkey when she was grown up too. Oh, it's so close. It's kind of not enough, but let's see. we can steal. Let's see, this guy's got extra. And then all pooling. That one, so the corner here has a bit extra. And where else? Where else can we steal from? Okay, there. A little bit there. Okay, I think we're pretty good now. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so that's the green. We'll turn the light off just to see what that's looking like. So the green, I think it's looking great. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we just see what we have left. So I know we have quite a bit of this left. So let's maybe put some of the. Oh no, I can't do that. I can, because this is our water soluble mix, so we can't add these guys. Remember? So this one I want to use because we have quite a bit of it left, and we can make our own maybe turquoisey color similar to this, but we'll do it with resin dyes instead. So we have our emerald green, we'll need green, and we'll need, oh, this peacock blue maybe? What else do we have? Ocean blue. So these are all nice colors. Ocean blue might be the one that's closest to that. And then this one is more green, I think. Okay, let's see. We'll do a couple drops of ocean. And then we do, oh, that one's new. Do I have another one? No. Okay. New guy is here. Okay, so let's mix this, see what we get. Okay, so it's a bit too blue. I think it's going to be too similar to what we already have. So let's throw a bit of green in there. Personalization, thank you. I just saw that. Oh, I missed a lot of messages. Love them, love both. So are you just going to stop at the painting, or are you going to put resin over it to protect the paint? For these, I don't resin on top. I mean, you definitely can. Like, if I've seen other creators who have tried them, they did paint or whatever, and then they did put resin over top because they wanted it to be flat or like close to flat on the top. Here, obviously, we have like a textured surface because, oh gosh, I shouldn't do that, but you can see because the paint's sitting on the clear acrylic. So I don't. And the reason why I don't is, so we know that resin yellows. Oh gosh. It's back. We know that resin will yellow for the most part. There is some new resin I'm testing out to see if it's better. It's supposed to be more UV resistant, but for most part, a lot of resins still do yellow. And these paints and these mixtures will not. So I personally just will leave it like this. But for those of you who do want to cover it, like seal it in, you can. So the glass paints, the Pebeo paints, again, they're solvent based, so they don't need to be top coated or sealed or anything like that. They're meant to be used just like that and be their own top coat. And again, because we're using basically pouring medium, liquid glass, finish, this is called finish resin, or gloss varnish, these are also meant to be the top coat of a painting anyway. So they already have the properties in them so that they don't need to be top coated again. So I use these specifically because I don't want to have to top coat this with resin, but that's not saying you can't. Especially if you're creating these and they're not going to be in a window, then okay. So yeah, so if it's not going to be in a window or in direct sunlight, you can definitely resin this and shouldn't have too much of an issue. But that's the reason why. So you have the options though, for sure. Pam, I'm embarrassed to say I got a small light table quite a while back and have yet to use it. I'll have to give it a try. Yeah, Pam, definitely try it. Like I said, I think it's nice in this scenario. It gives you, you get to really see what it's looking like with the backlight behind it. Personalization, thank you. I like the idea of being able to use Cricut. I have one of those. Okay, I think it'd be nice as a option as well. So this way you can choose. You can, because the thing is, when I'm personalizing things for you guys, I have some limitation on the fonts I can use because obviously the laser has to cut it, and then I want it to have strength. So I usually try to make sure it's supported top and bottom. And I can't do that as easily with like scripty fonts and stuff. Can be done. It's just a little bit trickier. So I'm thinking, and then obviously size is also an issue. Whereas if you do the Cricut, you can make it any size you want. You could put probably a whole phrase in that area where I would only be able to put like a word or two. So I was thinking maybe that's a good option. I would love, Stacey's, I'd love one that is maybe seashells on a beach. I agree with that. I did have some requests for some beach themed ones, so I'm going to look at that as well. Pam also says she loves anything beach, ocean related. Joanne, hubby's barbecuing, so I'm gonna. How he's is he? He's not outside. It's cold, right? He's. So I'm gonna listen the rest, watch them rather than watch. No problem, Joanne. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thanks, Joanne. Pam, me too. 5 of my 8 rooms in my house are nautical. Wow, that's awesome. The whole coastal nautical theme is so relaxing and calming. It sounds nice. Thank you, Diane. Welcome, Diane. Love that. Enjoy the barbecue. Enjoy the barbecue. Nighty night, Jocelyn, and happy sleepy. Oh yeah. Thanks, Jocelyn. Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna finish up here, and then we'll be done too. So I think maybe give us another 15, 20 minutes maybe, and then we should be done. Okay, so this is the green I have now. So I just kind of made that. I think that will work. It's kind of an in-between color, and with the glitter in it, I think it'll be nice. So let's try it. So I'll do, oh, is it too close to be more? I don't know. We shall see. I'm going to turn it off for a second to see if it's different enough. I think it's different enough. It's difficult to tell, but so this is the lighter blue one. You guys can't see it that well. The lighter blue one, and then underneath it, right here, is the new kind of greenish glitter one. So they're kind of similar, but I think it's enough of a blend that it ties everything together. So let's do that. Yeah, I did have, so beach themed. I heard some people wanted some more scenes, like how we're doing the larger pieces now, some larger scenes. I had some requests for ocean themed and water themes, but with turtles. So those are definitely on the list. I've also had wolves suggested, and there was another one. What was it? Wolves and, oh, dragon, which I need to do because I did have a dragon design before and I don't have one currently on the site. So those will all be coming soon, hopefully. I was mentioning in the previous live that this new size is right now exclusive to the calendar, but as you guys are buying them and trying them, let me know what you think of this. I think it's a great size, but obviously it's a little bit more expensive. So let me know what you guys think of this size, and then we can. I would love to create more in this size because I just think it's a bit more substantial for those who want larger pieces. And again, it allows me to add more details and like obviously have bigger scenes, like more backgrounds than I can with the smaller pieces. Diane, great idea, beachy beach for sure. Yes, he's outside. Oh my gosh. You guys still have green grass? Oh my gosh. 7. Oh. Uh. Yeah. Well, West Coast life. I know. I know. And I was telling my kids that if there is a time I decide I want to move, I want to go somewhere that we don't get minus 20 degrees. I want to get the closest is like hovering around 0 Celsius. So for you guys, for Americans, that's what, like 32. So something that hovers around that temperature. I don't mind cool, even to slightly cold, but this past week with the minus today. Okay, again, this is Celsius, so you guys have to do the conversion. But today it said it felt like minus 25 degrees Celsius, which was freezing. It was so cold. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced so we had a bit of snow on the ground. It was so cold that you're driving on the road where there's a little bit of snow and all you hear is like crunching underneath your tires because it's like a squeaky crunch sound where it's so bitterly cold that it's just I don't know, it's different. It's just you don't. And I have snow tires on my car and you were still getting that feeling and I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So, and I know it's temporary, we don't always get this, but I think when I get older I'm going to be less resilient to the colds for sure. Degrees, yes. 7 degrees. I know. That's nice weather. I mean, for this time of year, that's great weather. 7 degrees. Awesome. So, I mean, that's like, it was 0 here a week ago where like the temperature kind of went up for like, a day. And I swear the kids and I had to run to the store and I ran out with just my leggings, obviously, but then I just had like a hoodie on, and I was like, I've become one of those people when it hit 0 degrees, and I'm just like, ooh, it's spring. So, but all sounds great. Stacey says it is 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, so 33 is nice, like to me. Like I said, 32 I think is 0 here. So 33 sounds great for winter. I'm cool with that. I can get out. I can put a light jacket on. Or, like I said, I ran out with just my hoodie on. I can do that. That's fine. I can do that. But I forgot, someone did the calculation in my last live where what it was to get minus 25 Celsius and what that converted to Fahrenheit, and it was not pretty at all. It was not nice. So, all right. Almost. This is the last one, or did I miss some? I feel like I missed some. Gotta check. So we'll quickly do the flower, the center of the flower, so we can say we actually completed it on the live stream, and then we'll be good. All right. So I'm so happy so far. Oh my gosh, look at this. Just look how pretty. If I put the light on. Oh, it's too bright, the light. So pretty. Dang, it's cold for us some Southerners. I know. I did actually live in Florida for like a year and a half when I was a teenager. I could not hang with that kind of cold. Pam. Well, Pam's in Texas, so yeah, all you Southerners. No, I lived in Florida for a year and a half when I was a teenager, and you just get so used to the warmth that as soon as the temperature kind of dips, even for me as a Canadian born and raised person, that I'm used to the winter here. But if you're just getting like that really beautiful sunshine heat all year round and then suddenly the temperature just dips, you're just like, oh my god, it's freezing. So I get it. I think we're just too set in our deep freeze for too long here. So it just gets to a point where you start measuring the differences in the coldness, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know, 32 degrees or 0 degrees is like warm when you've, you know, let's see, let's do the calculation. Did someone do it? There's a reason I live in the south. Yes, I agree. Let's see. What is negative 25 Celsius? Oh God, it doesn't even want to do it. So it says negative 25 Celsius is negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. So cold, cold, cold. But luckily that's done today. I think they said tomorrow our weather goes back to something more normal. Okay, let's grab some gold to put in our centers, I think, and then we'll be done. This one's cool. Okay. So I have, let's just put you over here for a second. So I have this one here. This is like a holographic one. Don't think I want to use this one now that I'm looking at it. Holographic pigment sand is the color. Sand gold. So SLG002 is that one. Again, all from LiaDia. Then there's this one. I think this is also sand, but this is the not holographic one. So you have that one there. Also very pretty. And then I think the one I want to use is this. I don't know if it's a good choice though. Oh gosh, and it's going everywhere. What are you? You are, it's a fine and chunky mix holographic color shift rose gold, which is why I picked it up. I thought it was kind of pretty. It's got a little bit of a pink flash to it. So I'm gonna try it maybe for the outers, and then I'll just do something different in the middle. So let's just do a quick mix of that. Could not hang with it, kind of cool. There is a reason I live in this. Oh wait, did I miss something? I feel like I saw another message come through. No, maybe not. Just dreaming. Okay, so we have that. So this is, again, this is a chunky mix, not something we're not really doing anywhere else on the piece, but let's try. See. No, 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 brush. Oh, that was weird. Okay. So this is how it's looking. There. So. So it has it, like I said, it has a bit of a pink flash to it, which I thought would complement the lotus a little nicely too. So it's not just like a yellow gold, it's a pinky kind of gold mix. So I think that could work nicely. Will it look pinker with the pink flowers? I think it's going to, like, the pink flowers are going to kind of help pick up the pinks in the glitter. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. If I do this, maybe. I don't know, but in person you can kind of see it. It's difficult too to see it when it's mixed with the varnish because it needs to dry, and then you'll get to see the glitter kind of in its full glory. So I will post videos of the final dried piece on my socials here on YouTube Shorts, or maybe even in a community post. I might just post pictures of it so you guys can see how the final result looks as well. But is this a good time? I mean, there's so many of you that were able to come in tonight and hang out. So is this a better time for live streams? Like later in the evening is better than earlier in the day or like late afternoon? Because I think the last one, I did one around, the other one I did I think was around 4, but that was on a weekend too. So that was like a maybe better for a weekend around 4 o'clock. I figured during the week, the later is better because, you know, people are busy with their work day or just daytime activities. Oof, now that corner is a little tight. It doesn't want to cooperate at all. Hello? There's that. Okay, and then we'll do the top one. Flip it upside down. Looks good this way too. It's the same, basically the same. So working with the chunkier glitter is a little difficult because you want to just make sure you're getting enough coverage, because if you just like get just 1 or 2 pieces of chunky glitter in there, it may not fill the spot. So I'm trying to do that. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll do the centers, and then we'll be done. Should be using paper towel, but we're down to resorting to fingers to just do quick cleanup. Okay, so we have that, and I'll do one more quick thing with our for me, the daytime is hard to catch because I work during the week, and on the weekends I usually go over to check on my elderly mom. Okay. It was a pretty good time. I like the 4 p.m. one. Okay. Evenings are better for me, but I know others could be different. Yeah. Well, I'll try to mix it up. Like maybe the weekend ones can be earlier and the weekday ones, like how we did it this time, we could do later. So then, I didn't need that much. I can do later, so then everybody kind of can catch whichever ones make sense for them. And then the ones you miss, you can just do the replay. You can watch the replay. Should I do silver? I'm just thinking maybe I do a silver in the middle. Maybe just to have something different in the center. Let's see what I have for silver-ish colors. I don't know. I kind of thought that could be cool. Now I don't know. It's more blue. I can't do, probably not a dark pink, probably. For you. Maybe this one? Maybe this one. This one's a brand new guy. I haven't even opened him yet. What's your name? Custom Mixed Iridescent Glitter, YLO8. So this is also a chunky mix, but it's more of a silvery one instead of the gold. let's do it. Let's see. Because we do get some silver reflections through the blue, so we can pick it up a little bit in the flowers as well. Stacy, I just had a thought. I have all different colors glow in the dark glitter. May have to do one of them so the sun will... Ooh, that sounds cool. Ooh, maybe I should do a design specifically to do something like that. Like I was going to say the Starry Night, but I don't know if that's going to work for that one. But I was thinking something with like the moon and stars could be kind of cool. So then you don't have to do the whole thing necessarily in the glow in the dark. You could pick and choose like areas to do in the glow in the dark, so then those glow at night. That's a cool idea. Yeah, maybe I'm going to think about that. Maybe I can come up with something that'll work well. But definitely experiment and see if that works, how that works for you. But I think it'd be neat if I could design something for you guys for that purpose too. I don't know if I have the glow. Do I have the glow in the dark glitter? I don't think so. But I think I have glow in the dark mica? No, something else I have. I can't remember what I have. But so this is silver. So again, this kind of has a bit of reflections of almost all the colors that we're using in the piece. Like there's blue, purple, pink. It just reflects a little bit of everything. So that might be cool. We'll see. Oh, I want to get rid of the protector piece. The moon. So if you have, so I do have the lotus moon as well. If you have that one, that might be a cool one to try it on too. Glows, yeah. So have you seen the lotus moon? Oh, sorry, not lotus crescent moon. Something I forgot what it's called. Crescent lotus moon. That might be what. Yeah, crescent lotus moon. So I have that design. Let's see. Maybe I can show you if you. I can't remember if you have that one. Let's go to the website. Okay, so that would be under, I don't know, Scenescapes? Maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember which one that one's under. Oh, here. Crescent Moon Lotus, that's what it's called. So there's this design here. So it has the moon and it has the star and like other little starry bits. So maybe that one would be a good one to try it if you have it. If you don't, then you can try the one that you have. So I have a bunch of mica from solar dust that is glow in the dark or heat activated too. Sweet. Now my mind is going. Yeah, no, that's a really cool idea, Stacy. Honestly, like that's not something I thought about at all. Because we always think about sun catchers just being, you know, daytime sun stuff. So, but being able to charge it during the day and then having the glow effect in the evening, that's really neat. Okay. Well, if you come up with any other ideas that, like design ideas for the glow in the dark thing, or if anybody has any design ideas for the glow in the dark thing, let me know. You can message me, obviously here, or if you like in the on the it's getting too late. You can make a comment below the video here and let me know what your ideas are there. You can send me a direct message on Instagram or email me directly to my email, liadiadesigns@gmail.com. So if you guys have ideas like that, or you think of an idea, a design idea that would work well with that, for sure, let me know. I'm always open to your suggestions and the things that you guys want to see, because you know I love designing most things, anything and everything usually, but like I said, I love when you guys come up with things that I probably wouldn't even have thought of. So it gives me a bit of a challenge to make. Ooh, you could definitely do that for your lighthouse. Maybe test it on some, like if you have any of my test pieces, like the little samples I give you, maybe test it on one of your small pieces first, just to kind of make sure it's going to do what you think it's going to do. And then before you do a whole large piece, I mean, unless you're just brave to just jump right in and do it in a large piece. For me, I would love to test it on a small piece first, make sure it's going to do, you know, or you try the different kinds of glow in the dark and heat activated, sun activated ones that you have, see what works best or how it reacts, and then you know how to use it. So anyways, guys, look at this. It's a done. So here we go. Here is the close-up. Oh, I'm so, so happy with it. I love the vibrant colors and how it all turned out, how all the colors work well and just complement. Oh no, I dropped glitter in this spot. Not great. Okay, I'm gonna have to. What doesn't want to come up? How did I do that? Okay, I will fix it. I gotta find my X-Acto, or I can use my tweezers. Maybe get it. There we go. Okay, so now the fish has got a glittery fin. Okay, try to get the rest of it. It started, I don't know when I did that because it's already kind of dried in there. It's okay. He's a extra flashy fish. So anyways, so there we go. Loving the colors. Let's see with the lights off. So that is how it's looking. I'm really happy with it. And I'd love to see what other color combinations you guys come up with for this. Obviously, this is just kind of my default color combination with all my vibrant colors, but just should stop touching it. Just touching everything and it's making a mess. So let's just not touch it anymore. Gosh, okay, that glitter didn't want to go in its spot, so now it's not in there anymore. But so let's see. I have quite a few of those. Okay, sweet. Yes, definitely, no problem. So that's the purpose that I want to send, obviously, as extra gifts for you guys, but to allow you to have something to test your ideas on, test pigments, test, you know, if you have, I don't want you to feel like you have to use your larger pieces as your experiments. I mean, you can, but if you have the small ones, just test things on those and see how it turns out. Stacy. Oh, Pam, sorry. Great idea. Test on the small pieces, yes. Stacy, I also would be interested in a Zen Zen rocks type design. You know, where the stones are oh, yeah. Oh, and there's a bamboo pouring water into a pond next to the stone pile. Yeah, I do know exactly what you mean. That sounds beautiful. So I will have to write that down. I'm going to have to go back through. I'm going to keep the chat and I'm going to have to go back through and write everything down. So that sounds amazing. And I can see that in this larger format. I think that would be beautiful for sure. My front bathroom is Zen rock themed. Oh, so you have all the all the calming themes in your home. You have the nautical and the coastal, just water beach themes. And then you have your Zen rock. Wow. Just surrounded yourself in all of the calming and yeah, that sounds so relaxing just to have all that around you. Man, Pam says, absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you like it. I am in love with it. I'm so glad you guys like it too. Um, Absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Pam, Stacy. Thank you guys so much. I'm really happy with it. And like I said, it's always nice to kind of see how it looks when it's actually painted. Because normally when I'm designing these, it's literally, you know, I kind of think about the colors, but I'm mostly thinking about the shapes and the layout to make sure it's going to work for kind of a stained glass style. So to see it actually with color is just, it's so fulfilling. Like it just makes me so happy to see it actually completed and finished. So like I said, we're going to do this with the rest of them too as we go through the year. And I do want to do some of the other designs too. It's like we have so many designs now that I have never seen fully painted. So I'm going to start doing that. I think a lot of our live streams and videos are going to be different things like that. If there's other types of live streams that you guys want to see me do, definitely let me know. There are some things, especially when it comes to resin, that can only be done as videos. But if you have suggestions for that too, feel free. But I think these type of streams will be more painting. So just because it gives me, as you know, it gives me time to chat and stop, and you know the paint's not drying super fast and stuff like that. So it allows us to take our time and do it. With resin, we would have to just get it done really quickly because the resin's going to start to cure. So what else? Your home is your happy place, as it should be. I'm so glad to hear that. It sounds like a happy place, a calming, happy place to relax. I work from home all but 2 days a month, so my home has to be calm. That's awesome. I need to do that. I mean, my house in certain areas of the house is like that, but with 3 kids and 2 dogs, it's just, there's a lot more chaos than it is calm. But that's okay. That's the stage of life I'm in, and I'm actually really happy with that. My mom is in the next stage of life where she's an empty nester, and now, you know, it's just her and my dad, and they just look at each other and say, you know, we've got this big house. There's like just the two of us, and what are we gonna do? And I mean, you know, they do all their different things. They have lots of fun, but I can only imagine what that's going to be like. And I'm not ready for that. I'm fine to continue having my house be the chaos and fun that it is right now. You know, when the time comes that things get quiet, then we'll deal with that then. Like I said, that's when I'm going to start picking up lots and lots of other hobbies to do to keep myself busy. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. We're 2.5 hours, just over. So not bad for a live stream to get this done. I really thought that I was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get the painting done like an hour into the stream, and then I'm not gonna know what to do for the next hour. I'm just, you know, totally no. I mean, I did chat a lot during the first hour too, but I always think I'm going to get things done faster than actually happens. And I was like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to do for the last hour. And I'm like, oh, I can kind of came up with some possible loose ideas of what I could do, but nope, didn't have time for any of that. So anyway, so thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this stream and are really happy as I am with how this turned out, and that it's inspired you for your own pieces to, you know, play with color and see what you want to do with it and experiment. Like I said, if you have those small pieces, feel free to experiment with those, because you know, you do them up and then you let them dry, and then you can see how they turned out. So I really thoroughly enjoyed doing these couple of live streams, the first 2 of the year. And like I said, if you guys enjoy them as well and you're willing to be here with me, then we'll do more. So like I said, I'll try to put together a schedule where we're doing, you know, maybe one a week. I don't know. We'll see if that's possible. This was 2 within a week, and it was actually really fun because I didn't get to finish this on the first one, so we picked up into the second one, and I think it was great. So anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, what is today? Thursday? No, Wednesday. The rest of your week. I hope that it warms up wherever you are so that you are enjoying the rest of the winter, or for you Southerners, you get back to your normal warm temperatures. But anyways, guys, thanks so much. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.